Remember our weekend game? Yeah. I could remember. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. But still in me. Tell me how could I ever forget to be her number one? Spend my life making. Good morning, y'all. I'm on here early. I was up. I was ready to be all the way awake. I said, you know what? Before you get dressed, before you know what I mean, get all the way into your day. I've been up long enough to wash my face, brush my teeth, have a wake and bake. Good morning, Susan. But I'm up. See my gift my nephew got me for Christmas. I love these things. So it has a plug in it so you can charge it. But this is literally an eye patch that you can, it's Bluetooth. So I can connect it to my phone or my iPad, and then I can listen while I sleep. So I love these things. And right now I would have them on, but the problem is if I don't pull this over where the speakers over my ear, and then to do that on both sides to hear my music still, I'd have to. I guess I could. Before it was almost like this. I didn't want to come on and get y'all that. But I really wanted, I guess with music, I want to play it on here. But what I'm more worried about, I'm not worried about the fact that if you play someone else's music, because it's their copyright, that they could get the royalties if your video got big. That's not the part I'm worried about. I'm worried about the times they're going to mute it. And in between that, it might be some jewels we all need. I need, you need, somebody else needs. So today I just wanted to come in this morning and honestly give you all me before I really even completely evaluate. So today, my discussion I want to have is like relationships, women to women, woman to woman. It's a sketchy game for me. So I'm only gonna speak for me. So when I was a kid, oh please, your besties, everybody, they were mainly girls. And guys, because when you were a kid, you didn't even look at gender. You just hung out with each other. Like, we all live on the same block. We walk to school together, or we're in school together all the time. So you didn't look at that. You know what I mean? So it was just guys, girls, and whatever. Because when you were a kid, you probably actually just looked at people for people. But then, by the time you got to junior high, like, as far as being a girl was sketchy. Because if you didn't fit everything that so-called was girly, you weren't a girl. But let me tell you something. I was born with a vag, a uterus, ovaries. I am a woman. I am a girl. And always will be one. But when I was like in junior high, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, when I was in those years, it was almost like, it was those who started developing early. It was those who looked a certain way, and in my communities, it was girls who were lighter, whatever that means to whoever it means something to, you know what I mean? But it was that. But then when you got to high school, it was these unrealistic things. So now you were looking at, the Gazelles, the Tyra Banks, these people you're not going to be. And some people who you're looking at on TV, they've worked on them to be what you're admiring so much. So it was all these things. I'm tall. The reasons I wasn't as girly had nothing to do with being a girl. Because sometimes it's your insecurity. Sometimes it's, things that have happened to you. It's all these different things. But so anyway, by the time you get to high school, like I said, your relationship with women, my relationship with women, was different. It was like they kind of catty, they're messy. They're insecure. There were girls who honestly said like, oh, I hang with girls who look worse than me, so I look better. You know, you thought, what? You really hang with people like that? It was people who hung with each other. And 1 minute, this was your boyfriend, next minute it was hers. It was like, I just didn't like any of those things. And then some of the rudest, nastiest people to me in my life were women, you know, were girls, were your peers, were these things, you know? So I just had these fun, oh, good morning, Family Mackie. And so you just had these weird relationships. So as you go into adulthood, you tell people like, oh, I'm closer to more guys than girls. You know, I'm more cool with them. I understand them more. I stay away from all the drama. But then as I started getting older, I'm like, hey, dudes be bringing the same stuff. Gossip Central. he say, you know what I mean? Just in a different way. Because the different way that guys had was no, you know, unless it was like, you know, you killed somebody or anything like that. It was kind of like we could make up over this, or we could, you know, be neutral. Like, I could be up in this room, you be in this room, respect me, I'm going to respect you. But women weren't that way. You know, it was like, I'm going to hold this forever. You know, as a woman, we were able to, like, when you were younger, some guy is telling you something about a girl, and now you don't like the girl. I don't even know her. I don't know her, but I've decided exactly who she is. No, I haven't. So I had all these, yeah. And like I said, it was these weird things. And then, like I said, I had my first child at 17. It was women who didn't embrace me or do that. They turned on me, you know, so it just gave me these bad things. And like at one point, even when I had my daughter, people thought I meant I didn't want a girl. But what it was I was afraid of something happening to her, for her becoming a victim, for her being bullied, for her feeling lonely because she didn't look like a picture or a model or fit what you had decided made her beautiful. You know, and so I just thought to myself, like, that's why I didn't want a daughter. It had nothing to do with me disliking girls. I am a woman. I am a girl. I understand it. I understand the darkest sides of it, the loneliest sides of it, the most insecure moments of it. I am a woman. I understand being a mother. I understand being a single mother. Let me tell you something. Like Family Mackie's on here. When I see these men with their children, that is an honor and a great thing. It really is. And for you to be able, like, I'm watching his video yesterday and I could just remember when my kids were young. And you were trying to do anything, talk on the phone, whatever it was, and here they came. They were perfect till you did it. They just, and it's real life. But to be able to embrace and show it and show other people, it's okay. Like, I'm a parent. Some days I may not do it all at once, but I got this. And the fact that I'm willing to learn and see it, I'm willing to get better. But back to women. So as I became an adult, it just became things like that where even when I listen to us as women, sometimes I'm like, we got to stop. We'll say things like, some women say, well, at least if you cheated on me, she was prettier. It really counted? Or I look better than her. Why? We had to become these things, you know. So even when you set your standards to things, you say, she's pretty like Halle Berry. She's this, or, you know, it's just these things. It's like, we can't even just be ourselves. I know women who loved short hair in the 90s, but then they got in relationships and me, like, I don't like short hair. So they would weave it to death. We just like have to be that. Like, I just believe like a king is a king that went through whatever, but came to that and understood and it became that. And so is a queen. Like I'm not making any excuses. I am glad that I was born. I am blessed that I was born a woman. To even be something that can bring life into this world is something just so powerful. It's so powerful to me. So no, in no ways, because I embrace it more now. But when I was young, you think, I wish I could have been born a boy. They just get away with everything. They just get to do everything. They get to be themselves. But they have their own struggles. Many. So it's not that. But really what it was is that so many women are hurt. So whether it was they had been essayed, whether they had never had a father or a male to show them their worth, whether it was they were just heavy, sad, not need, but whatever it was to cause someone to make them feel like they weren't worth it. So this morning I thought I'd say we worth it. I love my kings, I do. But to do that, and to even honor them as a king, I have to know that we are all queens. We are all queens. We just have to all know it. So this live, that's really what I felt. And that's what I wanted to bring up and just give a short and long of it. Because in real life, we all, like every day, are dealing with something. And sometimes when I come on here, I want to come on here and give the vent side of how I feel about what's going on in life, in real life, in my life. But then as I turn the camera on, I think, nah, I don't want to do it that way. Because really the reason I'm even feeling that way is the hurt, the pain, the thought of, one of the things I cannot stand is when someone tells you who you are. When someone makes you question your worth. I don't like that. People, we gotta do better. I don't know. I literally had to put music in my ears the whole time I'm talking because I have to zone into a place of only my heart. I'm only speaking it. So, like I said, I don't think I wish I was better than me, than the darker parts of me, than the worst parts of me. Because outside of that, I'm not looking to where your darkness is. But I feel like people almost leave us with that to be our protection. You've been down so much that you almost looking for the downs on people. So just in case they think it's sweet. It's just, I don't know. So I want to find that place in me that sees the crown, that understands the crown, that really respects the crown. And so, is the crown a little flawed? I'm sure. It's been in war. It's been in battle. I'm sure. It's got some dents and dicks and nicks, and I'm sure. A matter of fact, I'm positive it does. But yeah, like I said, this morning was just kind of freestyling off the head of what I felt. And I said, before I even finish, look at me repeating myself. Because see, when the mind is cluttered, sometimes you can't hear yourself. You can't. You can't. And right now I'm in this place where, you're always on the test. Life testing. This transition, this change, this thing you desire is testing you all the time. Because you're so used to it being one way that it's always testing to prove that you really don't want it because you'll be just that. And so today my mind is like, hey, I could be all the things somebody want me to be. And I'm talking in my real life. Now, I'm not talking, not to say YouTube is not real life, because it's real. I'm giving you me. This is exactly who I am. But when I say my real life, I mean that the things that can affect me are the things that are my day-to-day, my 24/7. Mine, no matter whether I want it to be or not. Those things. See, YouTube is a choice. I choose to come live. You choose to come on. You choose to watch. You choose to watch. So it's a choice. So when I say my real life, in my real life, there's really, there's choices on decisions you make, but some of it's not a choice, But this morning I just woke up like, hey, what I really love is seeing the love in here with women to women, because that's big to me. That's big to me. You know, I've even been in a place where, you know, you thought, oh, I hope it's a man in here, not a woman. And not so you could flirt, but just so you could have a better chance. Because I don't know if she insecure. I don't know if I'm going to remind her of somebody who's somebody who's somebody. You know? I don't know. So I'm always leery. I'm always leery if she's catty or messy. It's just she cackling gossip all day. You know, was, you know, I never know. Was she bully? Was she a bully? But not only were those things, did they happen, but how are you after it? Do you use it where, because some people, even myself, sometimes when you keep going through things, you take it out on the people who didn't do it, not the people who did. But see, like I said, in understanding the crown of being a woman, and understanding the pain of being a woman, and understanding the challenge of being a woman, and understanding going through the phase of being a young woman, being a teenager, being a young adult, being an adult, and understanding those, and still having more years of wisdom under this crown to understand. I'm just here to say, like, it has to stop at a point. You got so many what we call tomboys. I was one, still have rough ways that some people say, oh, you're a man. No, I'm not. I know how to be just that woman you need to be. But the thing is, I must be amongst the crown. Because if I've only been protecting me, then what you get is a soldier when I come out. And that's what we have to understand. But when you let a woman, and it's going to sound like, you know, something a chauvinist might say, but I'm not. I'm a woman anyway, but it's the truth. Like, when a woman can be in a woman's so-called place, a man must be in his. And we're not talking just money. When I think of a protector and a provider is more than financial. He provides me security, understanding, respect. He provides a lot of things that come along with this game. But at the same token, I have to be able to do the same thing. But to do that, I must understand that this tiara, this crown you're wearing, like, it's beautiful. You're beautiful. If all women looked all alike, it wouldn't be it. We need to be different. And we need to be not what you think it is, but the reality of what every woman is. It's just this different, beautiful creature and this flower that must have water, and it must have love. It must be fed that. And so I literally just came on today to say that. I love you, my sisters. I really do. And even when I question that, it questions this crown right here. And not what you are, but what I am and what I am afraid of. I love you. Everybody have a great day. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll talk to you later.